peeling off galvanized metal often points to water getting in between the metal and the paint. This is usually caused by the metal not having been properly primed or prepared when it was originally painted. It needs to be repaired as soon as possible to save the metal. One way to deal with the problem is to remove all of the old paint and to repaint the metal. If you're dealing with a large gate or fence, this could be a little impractical, presenting you with an enormous amount of work. Alternatively, you can scrape away the peeling paint that you can see and lightly feather the edges with sandpaper before doing the repair. Go over the entire surface, checking carefully to ensure that a damaged section has not been missed. Paint that is lifting away from the surface will allow water to make contact with the surface. If it sits under the paint, the water will cause corrosion over time, even on galvanized metal. When using sandpaper, care should be taken not to damage the galvanized surface of the metal. If the galvanized surface is sanded away, the metal will be less protected and could corrode very quickly. Once the preparation is done, a primer can be applied to the metal. Traditionally, metal primers have been oil-based, and so cleanup had to be done with terps. And like all oil-based paints, they need at least 16 hours to dry. There are new water-based primers on the market. They're designed for use on mild and galvanized steel and give great protection against metal corrosion and degradation. They're especially effective in humid and polluted areas and, being water-based, are easy to clean up. The primer will bond to the metal, create a waterproof barrier, and create a good surface for the top coats. This surface has been painted before, so only the exposed metal needs to be primed. The next step is to apply a universal undercoat. Now these days there are top coats that already contain the undercoat, so you can skip this step if you use one of these. This will save you a lot of time and effort. Now let's apply the first top coat. We're using the sponge roller with just a little paint in the bottom of a paint tray. It's a good idea to wear gloves while doing the job to keep the paint off your hands and save you time during cleanup. As with the primers, enamels have traditionally been oil-based. Here too, there's a big swing towards water-based enamel top coats for metals. Application is easier, drying time is shortened, which means you can get 2 or 3 coats done in one day, and you can clean the brushes and rollers with water at the end of the job. Using a roller will make the job much quicker and more fun. You may find that the roller causes bubbles on the metal surface. If this happens, try thinning the paint by about 10%, and if that doesn't work, try another roller type. Once again, touch up the edges with a 25mm brush. 2 thin top coats will give the metal protection from the elements for many years. As with most home repair projects, repainting peeling metal can be quite time-consuming, so it's a good idea to get the basics correct and it won't have to be done again for many years.